The UK and the EU reached an agreement to postpone some post-Brexit trade checks. Without the deal, no British sausages could have made it across the Irish Sea from today. NTD's David English brings us more.
The sausage war is going into the freezer. The European Union and the UK agreed on Wednesday to a ceasefire in the dispute by extending a grace period for shipments of chilled meats from Britain to Northern Ireland for 3 months. London called for the extension to allow the two sides to resolve the trade difficulties over Northern Ireland. The UK's Brexit minister welcomes the deal and stresses the need for a permanent solution.
So we recognise that the way the protocol is being implemented at the moment is causing societal, economic, other problems in Northern Ireland. There is evidence of trade diversion that's causing difficulties.
Without the deal, British non-frozen sausages or mince would not have been able to cross the Irish Sea from Thursday. That's because of an EU ban on such products from countries outside the EU, which now includes Britain. The European Commission said the 3 months should be final and used for supermarkets in the country to establish different supplies of meat products, or for Britain to accept an EU proposal for a Swiss-style agreement. That would mean the UK would have to maintain the bloc's rules covering animal and plant health.
I have proposed this solution repeatedly alongside many actors on the ground in Northern Ireland, as it would see 80% of checks required under the protocol disappear in a flash.
In moves designed to ease tensions with Britain, the EU will also make it easier for medicines and guide dogs to cross the Irish Sea and allow Northern Irish drivers to travel to Ireland with existing insurance documents.
I encourage the UK to continue to pursue joint action through joint bodies as opposed to unilateral steps undermining trust.
Frost vowed to work with the EU in the most constructive way in finding a solution before September's deadline. David English, NTD News.
Italy's foreign minister said on Monday that Rome's relations with the United States are much more important than its ties with China. NTD's foreign affairs correspondent Sharon Xu explains.
In March 2019, Italy became the first G7 economy to join China's controversial Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI. This caused significant tensions in the European Union, and the United States expressed concern. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Italian Foreign Minister Luigi Di Maio held a joint press conference on Monday. Di Maio said the trade partnership with China is not comparable with the alliance of values they have with the United States. The BRI is a large-scale infrastructure project and the brainchild of Chinese President Xi Jinping. It is widely seen as a way for the Chinese Communist Party to achieve global dominance. However, due to the high level of debts caused, many countries, such as Pakistan and Malaysia, have started cancelling their BRI projects. Di Maio's comments came a few weeks after the G7 meeting, where the 7 richest industrial countries proposed a spending plan to rival China's BRI and curb its influence. Di Maio gave his remarks only a few days ahead of the Chinese Communist Party's marking of its 100th anniversary. Beijing has a raft of events planned to mark this event. This stands in stark contrast with China's rapidly deteriorating relations with the West. The Chinese embassy in London recently held a low-profile digital event marking the anniversary, with no press release or media coverage. Sharon Xu, NTD News.
Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Wednesday a British warship that Russia says illegally entered its territorial waters near Crimea in the Black Sea earlier this month was a provocation. He spoke during a live question and answer session broadcast by state television. Russia said it had fired warning shots and dropped bombs in the path of the warship, which the UK denies. Britain and most of the world say Crimea and the waters surrounding it belong to Ukraine. Russia annexed the peninsula in 2014. On Thursday, Russian warships carried out a live-fire training exercise in the Black Sea as Ukraine and NATO countries, including the UK, held military drills in the same wider area. The European Union's presidency passes to Slovenia today. While its Prime Minister is accused of an autocratic course, Slovenia's president is not concerned this will undermine the EU presidency. NTD's David English has the story.
Slovenia takes over the rotating EU Council presidency on Thursday. For 6 months, the small and prosperous Alpine country has the role of fostering agreements between member states. While the presidency is mostly a bureaucratic task, some are concerned Slovenia's right-wing prime minister could use it to undermine democratic values in Europe. Slovenia's president, who's a member of the opposition, rejected this claim.
I do not share these very sharp assessments. I said it many times. I hope this is a chance for the government and the Prime Minister to focus more on subjects that are vital for Slovenia and the EU.
Prime Minister Janez Janša has a history of crossing swords with the EU executive in debates over democracy and is allied with populist Hungarian leader Viktor Orban. Janša is also accused of cracking down on the media. Non-profit Reporters Without Borders downranked Slovenia in their annual World Press Freedom Index by 4 points this year. The group calls on EU members to stay vigilant. The president, who has a largely ceremonious role, says the country will stay its pro-European course.
The idea of European integration is built into the foundations of Slovenian statehood.
In 2004, the former Yugoslav Republic joined the EU. As Slovenia takes over, the EU prepares to start distributing its massive coronavirus recovery fund. David English, NTD News.
Now, for some people, low-budget backpacking is just a phase in life. But for this Frenchman, it's a vocation. He's travelled to every country on Earth, spending no more than £1 a day. NTD's John Robson brings us his story.
This 83-year-old Frenchman says he has visited every existing country and territory in the world, 251 of them over the course of his lifetime. He shares his key to travelling well.
You need to love people, and then they'll come to you. If you go to a country as a conqueror, you'll get shot. If you go as a tourist, you'll get scammed, and it's well deserved. If you go as a friend, you have a chance to be welcomed as a friend.
The adventurer first left France at the age of 17 to work as a waiter in Scotland. His travels would end up taking Bouguereau across Europe to Canada and from there around the world. From 1967 to 1973, he travelled 250,000 miles by hitching rides in cars, boats and planes, spending no more than £1 a day.
I realized that if I only hitchhiked without going to hotels, I could see the whole world. I did not know I would travel 400,000 kilometers by hitchhiking. It just happened like that.
When he didn't hitch a ride, he would simply walk, about 7 miles a day. His journey only came to a temporary stop as dysentery forced him to return to France to heal. After that, Bouguereau kept on travelling every year until 2019, when he finally settled down.
Why? My conclusion is that the Earth is only one country. And we're all citizens of that one country. This is very important to understand that.
Bouguereau has written several books, produced a documentary, and gives speeches at conferences. And he still enjoys walking. Joanne Robson, NTD News.
That's the news for today, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Stuart Leith. Thank you for watching our daily news show on YouTube. You can also watch our other programming on channel 190 on Sky TV or on Freeview via channel box on channel 271. In the meantime though, please give this video a like and hit subscribe to our channel. Have a good day.